everybody, and welcome to the If You Know, Let Me Know podcast. I'm Dustin, aka Mr. Coin Laundry.
And I'm Mandy, aka yours truly, Mandalee.
How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm fantastic. How's it going?
I don't believe you? I don't think you're a very good liar.
I'm a little uncomfortable. I wanted to do this podcast.
Uh-huh.
But I'm still nervous about doing this podcast.
Why?
I don't know.
Maybe we should dive into that.
Let's not. Let's not dive into anything.
This is now turned
That's
into a
mentally
therapy
wrong
appointment.
No, thank you.
What's wrong with you? Let's start there. When did it all go wrong?
What's not wrong with me would be a shorter list.
Well, okay.
Well, I've got some notes here.
You have some notes?
I have some notes here.
Jesus.
About things. Well, Jesus is one of them.
Is this going to be airing your dirty laundry with Mandy?
No. First of all, I think we should acknowledge how fucking weird this one movie was that both of us were like, let's watch it.
I think it was exactly a week ago today as well.
It was exactly a week ago. The Lighthouse we're talking about, which if you have Amazon Prime, you can watch it. I don't know that I recommend it.
I think you should watch it. Watch it. Everybody should feel a little uncomfortable every once in a while. Especially at someone else's expense. I'm uncomfortable at my own expense daily. So it was nice. It was a nice refresh.
You can watch it once and then contemplate all of your life choices and then never think about it ever again, except it lives rent-free in my brain right now.
Uh-huh.
It's Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson, and I think they are, besides one other actor, I think they are literally the only people in the whole movie.
There's some birds in it.
Can you call them actors?
Sure.
Okay. Besides Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson and all the birds.
There's lots of birds.
And a lady. Oh, and one guy who didn't say anything.
You're right.
There was literally no one else in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was very short-staffed.
It was short-staffed.
Unless you count every single bird.
So it was like every job then.
Yes. The birds don't fucking help me either. Well, yeah, I guess they didn't help him either.
They did not?
Imagine being trapped on an island and having to work with a lighthouse, but being trapped with Willem Dafoe for how long? Months?
I think it had to be months.
They were supposed to be there for a few weeks.
The timeline was real weird.
Well, it tends to be. I think that's the point.
Yeah,
They lost their fucking mind.
Right.
It doesn't help that Willem Dafoe spent the whole movie gaslighting our past.
I honestly I'm still not clear if he was actually gaslighting him or if Robert Pattinson was just losing his mind.
And I enjoy the fact that the movie is so fucking weird that none of this is spoilers.
Yeah.
None of this is spoilers. It's a weird fucking movie.
Yeah.
I could say a lot of things and it still wouldn't be spoilers.
Yeah. It's just it's a weird movie. I feel like culturally, I think you just need to watch it once just to like know, and then you could probably never watch it again, and maybe if you're lucky, forget about it.
It was exactly how I imagined being trapped on an island with Willem Dafoe would be like.
Well, it actually just started a dialogue between us about Willem Dafoe is kind of like a Yeti. Because we were like, okay, where's Willem Dafoe from?
No, okay. Willem Dafoe is a cryptid. He's not like a Yeti. He's a cryptid.
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone on Earth would argue that with me. Not even Willem Dafoe himself. Okay? And then I'm like, where's Willem Dafoe from?
Because we were trying to place his accent.
Yeah, he has such a weird, unique voice. And Mandy's like, Wisconsin.
Yeah, I was like, well, my Midwestern lads and ladettes.
Wisconsin.
He's from Wisconsin.
And so, in my head, I don't think he has a home. I think he lives in the woods, okay? And he runs around. And he doesn't wear clothes, okay, first of all. He doesn't wear clothes. He runs around naked in the woods. And all the people in Wisconsin are like, is this fuck running around in the woods again, howling, talking about lighthouses and beans? Think of the children. Won't someone think of the children? Just keep him away from my cheese.
But he only comes every so often when he's done, in between projects.
Willem Dafoe is such a weird creature that I think he's there simultaneously.
Maybe.
I think there are two Willem Dafoes.
There's two Willem Dafoes.
God help us all.
One that's like a normal person.
That's
and
not
the other,
normal. Nothing he does is
and
normal.
the other is a cryptid, but you don't know which one you're gonna get.
Has he ever done a role where he was just a normal human being? Think about.
I was gonna offer up Spider-Man, but that really didn't work in my favor.
Not even
there.
as Norman Osborn was he normal.
No.
And
that mirror scene was really something. He did great.
Oh my God, he did that in one take.
I want to be clear. I like Willem Dafoe.
I love him. He's one of my favorite actors. If that's acting, if that's not just how he is.
I don't know.
And
I think that's like the appeal.
But I love Willem Dafoe more than anything, especially now that in my head he's a cryptid.
Yeah.
He's my favorite cryptid.
That's Dafoe, like what we talk about before we go to sleep is Willem Dafoe the cryptid.
Willem Dafoe, if you can hear this, if you ever listen to this by some freak occurrence, you listen to this.
Willem Dafoe for the podcast?
Yes, I love you so much. I don't even care if you come to the podcast. I love you so much.
And that's it. Full stop. End of story. Anyway, watch The Lighthouse.
Watch The Lighthouse.
I don't know.
People describe it as it's in the horror category, but
it's a horror, I think.
I think it's more of like a psychological thriller.
Yeah, but that's a horror for me.
I guess.
My psyche can only handle so much.
I just always equated that with like murder shows and stuff, which is horror, but
no,
not like.
What about like Gothica? Did you ever see Gothica?
I never saw Gothica.
It's a good movie. I like that one. Had Halle Berry.
I was about to say, is that the Halle Berry movie?
Halle Berry. Is that the one where Robert Downey Jr. like broke her arm?
Yeah, he broke her arm.
That sucks.
And they were doing a stunt, and he broke her arm.
Anyway, it was really good.
Okay, cool. That's a movie I need to check out.
Yeah.
It
would fall into a same but different.
Back to Willem Dafoe never being normal. I'm not done with this subject. Okay. Back to Willem Dafoe not being normal in movies. Of course we know Boondock Saints. He was not normal.
There was a firefight.
There was a firefight. Okay, and then think about what's that movie we watched? The one that you took me at a very horrible time to take me. The Fault in Our Stars.
Oh, yeah.
And you think, this is it. This is going to be the first normal thing he ever does. And he puts on Swedish rap and just sits there and like bobs his head to the rap. Mm-hmm. And that's it. This weird Swedish rap that no one in that room but him, I think, could understand.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think the girl that was with him was French.
Yeah.
And
something like that.
He put on Swedish rap. So it was very, very strange. Anyways, and Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, he had daddy issues.
I never saw that.
He wanted Bill Murray to be his dad. And then,
Daddy?
Daddy?
Daddy Bill Murray?
Bill Murray's real son came, I think. It's been a long time. And so he was jealous.
Such a long time.
So he was jealous. Anyways, enough of Willem Dafoe.
Oh, now you're done?
I've had enough. We're fighting now, me and Willem Dafoe.
Because you couldn't name a normal role?
No, I just wanted to move on.
Okay.
I love you, Willem Dafoe.
Okay.
Anyways, I read this today while we were at dinner, and I was like, fuck, I might get arrested. I might go to jail. I might have a warrant out for my arrest. Some people...
Okay.
A few people.
This is a lot.
A few people, apparently, rented VHS tapes and then never returned.
Now?
No. Way back in the past.
Okay, I was like, where are they renting these things?
And then never returned them. And somehow that led to a warrant being out for their arrest.
Damn.
And, like, one woman wanted to change her name for her marriage. She had gotten married and then found out that there was
it Blockbuster?
I don't know.
I feel like that's a Blockbuster move.
It didn't specify. It just said that it was out of business, but they're all out of business.
Mm-hmm.
All video rental places, essentially.
Hollywood Video would never.
But
I'm just saying.
Anyways, there was a warrant out for her arrest, and then it was like for the movie Bewitched with Wolf.
Oh,
Will
God.
Ferrell.
I mean, it was fine, but I don't know that I would want to go down for that
Well,
one.
she said she never saw it. She said her boyfriend at the time had daughters, and she think that one of them rented it and never returned it. But
they
anyways,
used her account.
Regardless, why is there a warrant out for her arrest? And the place is out of business. And then another person, it got overturned in court because that's ridiculous.
They can't even collect it.
No. And then
The technology is for the most part obsolete. There's gonna be a few people that still have a VCR.
How do they even still have
but-
records of this? Because the businesses are gone.
Because it's a Blockbuster move.
Anyways.
Who bought out Blockbuster? Somebody bought it out.
I don't think anyone bought it out. The last remaining ones became franchises.
Right.
And so...
But they were being licensed by some company.
I don't know. But
we watched the documentary.
Oh, was it Viacom?
Mm-mm.
No.
I think they did for a time.
Viacom owns like half the fucking world.
Guess what?
Huh?
Give me your phone because I'm going to Google it.
Okay. Who owns Blockbuster? Well, now it's just going to tell you a woman owns Blockbuster.
Remember she had to ask for the rights to Blockbuster. To like relicense out the Blockbuster name.
Well.
Who?
Anyways, that brings me to another point.
You're right. It's Viacom.
She watched parts of. She wasn't super interested in it, but I watched the last Blockbuster Netflix documentary.
I was there the whole time. I was just reorganizing the closet.
Okay, well, I was more interested. I watched the last Blockbuster documentary on Netflix, which I thought was ironic, but then they were like, that's not what killed us. And they had a whole explanation. I won't say it. I'll let you guys watch the movie. It was very interesting. And they had some interesting guests on there.
I was right. Viacom didn't still own it.
Who owned it?
Dish.
Oh, Dish.
So leave it to a cable company. They're absolutely still trying to get money for some VHS tapes.
Blockbuster that has warrants.
It's Blockbuster. Okay. Come on.
Well, anyway.
Who's still trying to hold up Hollywood Video's record? That lady
seemed very nice.
I don't think it's her fault. I think it's Dish Network's fault.
I think she would be like, we'll wipe the record clean.
I don't think she has anything to do with it. I think Dish Network is chasing down these people because that's what they do.
Okay, well.
They're a cable company.
That's true. I don't want to say what we did for legal reasons.
For legal reasons, that's a joke.
When we left the apartment, what you guys said.
Oh yeah, let's not.
Anyways,
although I think that's basically what they wanted us to do. But anyway.
Oh well. Anyway.
That's what they told us to do.
Now for a somber note.
A somber note.
We've been talking about happy things like Willem Dafoe the Cryptid
and people having warrants out for their arrest. What?
Okay.
What?
Okay, listen. So this is kind of hard to joke about because this is really fucked up. Those things were easy to joke about. This
because it was the cable companies.
To joke about.
Okay. Let me try. I'm kidding. I don't think this is a thing that we want to joke about.
Imagine your child, your young.
Okay, I already don't like this.
Little baby girl. I don't remember how old she was. She was very young. I think it was like elementary school, maybe kindergarten. Comes home, her hair has been cut down to her scalp.
Like everywhere?
No, it's just like
just like one.
It's a mess.
What do you mean?
Like her hair looks like a bully cut it.
Okay.
So it looks.
Could also just be one of her friends as a child who was a girl who cut hair.
Now imagine a teacher did that to your child.
Asshole.
Would you murder that teacher? Let's not say that.
No, I wouldn't murder, but I would have some strong words for that teacher.
Apparently, this is not the only time this teacher did it, and I think it was for...
What is wrong?
I think it was for slightly... I say slightly, but there is no slightly racist reasons, because it was something to do with how her hair was, and I think the girl was like... I don't know if she was a person of color or not, but... The teacher kept talking about how her hair was messy, and it just looked nice and curly.
Okay, that's none of your business.
Exactly, but the teacher still has her job.
No.
That as of the time that I read that article, the teacher still had her job.
No, ma'am.
It's horrible. I was so livid when I read that. I was like, that teacher would not have her job. That teacher would not have any job after that.
I'm just like dumbfounded.
Bag lady at a fucking grocery store if she cut my child's hair.
What gives her the right to decide?
Nothing. She's a horrible person.
Yeah, I'm like, no letters, no nothing home to the parents.
No,
I mean, not that it would give her the right to go, I'm gonna cut your hair.
She just...
And how, if she just snip, 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 like, no rhyme or reason, right?
Yeah.
She's not a hairstylist. She has no skill in that.
No.
But why in the
world?
world?
The
No,
kid's
it's not.
hair looks like, anyways.
Why in the world would her shitty haircut be a better hairstyle, quote unquote hairstyle? Let's be real. Than whatever hairstyle they had starting with. It's gonna be worse. It's always gonna be worse.
I don't know. She's a horrible person.
Yes.
That's all I can glean from everything. But yes, that was a horrible thing I read.
Yeah, you can't joke about that.
I specifically did not tell you about the VHS arrest and the haircut because I wanted you to hear them fresh.
Still Blockbuster.
I don't know that it's Blockbuster. Blockbuster is not the worst of them.
Allegedly, in my heart, it's Blockbuster.
Allegedly.
Blockbuster was the worst of them.
Can we discuss Hell's Kitchen?
Yes.
Please?
Sure.
Spoilers, everybody. If you did not watch the finale of Hell's Kitchen yet, I'm giving this a 20 seconds.
Sure.
Say 20 seconds of me talking about how this is a spoiler. Do not listen. Skip ahead a little bit if you have not watched Hell's Kitchen finale yet.
Yes, this season.
The
season that it finished. What, Thursday was what?
Okay, it's been 20 seconds. Mary Lou got robbed.
See, I have a hard time because I really liked both of them.
I liked both of them, but Mary Lou got robbed.
Is Corey, right?
Corey won, yes. Mary Lou got robbed.
Corey won. And I liked her. And I really liked their friendship. They had, I don't know if it was real. I don't know if it was TV. It felt real in my heart, so I'm going to believe that. They had a nice friendship, and I really liked how they supported each other all the way to the end. I was like, that's really special. It's not often you see that.
I mean, it really isn't often. The only other time we saw something similar to that was when the blue-haired guy wanted to have sex with the other person. Who
now works in...
Well, he won.
He's a sous chef.
He won.
I know, but he helps in Hell's Kitchen now, which is fun.
Yeah. But that was the only reason that he was being nice.
Both of them are
really
former winners, I think.
Well, she won, and then he came back because Gordon had returned people who didn't win, which is such a Ink Master move. That's what they do. I haven't watched Ink Master in a long time.
Yeah, for a while we didn't have the channel.
Well, it really fucked me up to find out what Oliver did.
Yeah. That kind of puts you off the show.
Yeah, a little bit. I was like, I don't think I can watch it if he's on the show anymore.
I don't think he is.
And but I think they were still putting out the episodes that he was on.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I'm sure.
So I just need to find where they picked up without him.
It's weird because they have I don't remember what you were watching.
It was something that they aired, and they
No.
just pretended like he wasn't there.
Yeah, I was like,
They like cut
oh.
him off, and I was like, "That's so weird," because I know he's there. I can see his fucking ponytail.
Right.
But,
You know what? No, I think it was something they like packaged up for like Facebook, and I was like,
oh,
it was one of the you know how it goes.
I was so
You start watching one video, and then you just keep going.
yeah. I was so upset because I liked Oliver, and then to find out that he did some heinous shit.
Yeah.
I was like, I no longer like Oliver.
Yeah, that was a lot.
That's really fucked up.
That was a lot.
Um,
That was like, cannot support
did you see?
shit. Anyway, yeah.
Because me and you are such avid TikTok watchers. I don't know if I sent you this TikTok.
How dare you?
Mary Lou got on. You remember the TikTok that's going around now that everyone's like, has Dustin seen this? Of the retail worker, and he's just like, I'm not telling my friends to shop here anymore.
Good.
He's like, tell them
Don't.
that background music. You remember the background music? Okay, remember that. Mary Lou.
I think I saw this.
Mary Lou was in a bed in this TikTok, and she was like, so, y'all said that if I lost, you were gonna riot. Where are you? And then the music starts playing, and she's like, it's a peaceful day outside. I don't see any rioting. She's such a... If you guys have not found Mary Lou on TikTok or didn't know that she was on TikTok, Mary Lou's on TikTok. She's cosplayer.
Hilarious.
She's a cosplayer. She is hilarious. And very talented human being.
I like went down a rabbit hole and just like watched.
Yeah.
I didn't watch all of her TikToks, but I went like
I just
early
followed her
quarantine.
on Twitter.
Early quarantine days of TikTok, and I was like, damn. A, she's really talented. B,
Yeah.
she's hilarious.
She is Geeks and Grubs on both Twitter and TikTok.
So big plug.
And
we love her.
She's hilarious. I haven't really seen her on Twitter much, but like I always follow people on Twitter because that's where I go to plug my shit.
Mm-hmm.
But she's on TikTok and she's hilarious. And me and you watch a lot of TikTok and a lot of old Vine videos.
Oh my god, it's my favorite thing in the world. If I want to watch something that I know will make me laugh, I get on YouTube and I watch them TikTok or Vine compilations.
Yeah.
And
I was thinking, I was working on Friday, and I was just spending the whole day thinking about how America's funniest home videos was trash because the real America's funniest home videos are Vines and TikToks.
You know what? Here's what I'll say. America's funniest home videos walked so Vine and TikTok could run.
That's true, but it did not reach that peak comedy that Vine and TikTok did.
No, but something had to exist.
And it's always like the shortest videos, and it's funnier than most fucking shows on TV now.
Well, I will say I can get a guaranteed laugh in 6 seconds.
I will take my autograph book to the man who said, I want a girl to go to church and read her Bible. And be like, please sign this, sir. You are a celebrity to me. You are the most famous person I have ever met. I've met people, okay, but you are a god.
Who's the most famous person you ever met?
The most famous person I ever met?
Yeah.
That's tricky. Because in terms of, like, voice acting, no one is bigger to people in our generation that are nerds, I'll say, than Kevin Conroy. Our Batman. But Jason Mewes in my world is the most famous person I've ever met because just as far as movies that I love and everything. But if we're gonna go on like who's the actual most famous person I've ever met, I gotta think about that. Who's the most famous person you've ever met?
I'm thinking because it kind of goes into categories.
I mean, you've met the whole band of All Time Low.
I know that
That's
was my
pretty
go-to.
huge.
I was like,
especially
several times.
Especially now they have one of the biggest singles.
I know.
The Monsters, which I guess had already come out but got a resurgence because there was a remix.
Yeah, with Demi Lovato.
Oh God.
Do we want to touch on that at all?
I guess we can. I'm not gonna have anything nice to say, but
it's
how fucking self-centered, selfish, and stupid can you be that you are gonna make a big stink on sugar-free fucking cookies being in a mom and pop yogurt shop that you're trying to take down? You are a celebrity.
It's definitely a situation of like only viewing it from one lens.
Well, there's the smudgeness.
There's the smudgeness.
That's what comes with being absorbed.
Right. And like it's not like she wasn't trying to help one group.
She was trying to help herself. I'm not going to give her any credit.
That really it was the group that she's affected by, of course.
If she was truly trying to help this one group, they would have said something first.
They would have. I mean, they would have.
I've never seen anyone be like, "I have an eating disorder and I hate seeing sugar-free cookies."
And it's
because
not to
everyone on Earth is smart enough to go. That's for people who
can't have sugar.
Can't
like
have
that.
sugar.
Yeah.
Diabetic people. I have people in my family. My cousin. I have 2 brothers who have diabetes. Like. Your mom has diabetes.
Yeah.
There's people in our family that are affected by this, and you're going to sit there and be like, don't have sugar-free cookies.
Yeah, and then, again, she tried to walk it back, and she tried to say, well, just label it, but nobody...
it back because
nobody wants to feel
it.
singled out just like she wouldn't want to feel singled out for, things that she's gone through. Of course not.
She tried to walk it back because she caught hate for it, and no one agreed with her.
Right.
That's the only reason she tried to walk it back. She didn't go, oh, maybe I'm wrong. She went, no, it's the people who are wrong.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't have anything nice to say to her because all she cares about is herself. I will say I'm sorry that she has issues with it.
Right.
And I wish her the best, but don't come for people. Don't come for a small business.
That really wasn't the move.
And try to use your celebrity status to tell them what to do.
Yeah, in the midst of a pandemic, that really wasn't the move.
And remember that there are more people than just you on Earth.
Yeah. And that's where I say, I know she was trying to think of those that are affected by, like, eating disorders. And, like, I get that. But, like, there's other things.
Yeah.
There's diabetes. There's people who have other health issues that can't eat, sugar or carbs or whatever. It's such a big gambit that would look for those items that you can't just label it, like, for one group.
It's so stupid. I don't appreciate
Yeah.
her for that at all. And that's all I have to say about that.
Thank you, Forrest Gump, for chiming in. Yeah.
Ugh. Hi, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage. Anyways, can we discuss? I'd like to discuss.
Okay.
I don't remember the name of the band.
Okay.
I'm gonna look through my text messages.
Uh-oh.
I have this brother. Shout out to Glenn, who at some point plans to start streaming racing games and stuff, and I'm very happy for him and excited to see that and see him grow and do things like that. He's real into heavy metal, and he always recommends me random bands because he listens to a lot of Pandora, and he has Sirius XM now, and they just kind of play random
I wish
metal bands.
I enjoyed Pandora. I don't like listening to music that I don't want to listen to.
I used to like it because I used to be like such a hipster about, not that Glenn is, but I used to be such a hipster to be like, I want to know bands that no one knows.
I mean, same.
Anyways, that's besides the point. The point I'm making here is Glenn recommended me this band, and we're in line at Dairy Queen at this point. And I'm looking down and I see the thumbnail for the YouTube video, and I'm like, is that fucking Justin Wang? The band is called Jinx. And I was like, that is Justin Wang. And I look in the description as like guitarist Justin Wang. And I texted him like, that's fucking Justin Wang. And he's like, who? I said, the guitarist that looks like Steve Aoki. He's a... I'm not being an asshole. Justin Wang
He
says
jokes about it, yeah.
He says this all the time, and like I want to tweet him all the time when I see a Steve Aoki Funko Pop. I'm like, Justin Wang, it's you. They have you here at GameStop. Anyways, it was just such
why at GameStop?
Because everyone loves Justin Wang. Okay.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I mean, if it was Justin Wang, it would make sense.
Anyways. Well, GameStop has... I think they just carry Funko Pops. Yeah. I don't think they care about specifics.
They do. They don't. I mean, they carry whatever.
Did you see...
Ow.
I'm not going to get off subject yet. Okay. But...
Good luck.
We'll come back to GameStop. Because I want to talk about something else. Justin Wang, if you don't know... To steal a line from...
If you don't know, what you don't know is a lot.
Yeah, to steal a line from Peter Mon, if you don't know, what you don't know is a lot. Mm-hmm. Justin Wang is this YouTuber who solves internet mysteries and brings internet mysteries to light and everything. And it's always like, this member from Neopets board or something. I mean, that's not a mystery. I'm just using an example. From the Neopets message board, found a lost game. What's the lost game? Anyways, he solves mysteries. Like, who the actors were in the live action sequence in the beginning of Resident Evil, because when they did that, they didn't know they were even doing anything for a game. They just knew it was a job. But everyone's like, who is this? And he's the person to find it for you. Anyways, he's a huge YouTuber. I said to Glenn, that's Justin Wang. He's like, I have no idea who that is, but this band is cool. And it was just such a weird occurrence.
Yeah.
That he found Justin Wang through his music, and I found Justin Wang through
And the
YouTube.
funny thing is, we were having this conversation, we're like, oh, he like never talks about his music. And then like every video since then, we've noticed that he absolutely does, and we're just stupid.
The thing that I love the most about the whole thing is we looked up his band, and they have like individual pictures for each member, and he's the only one smiling.
He's just having a great time. We love to see it.
I love Justin Wang. Another shout out.
Yeah, shout out Justin Wang.
There's going to be a lot of shout outs, especially at the end. I want to shout out a lot of people that I love.
Okay.
And appreciate their content and appreciate them.
Okay.
Speaking of shouting out, I'm going to do it.
I had a thought. Hold on.
What's your thought?
Because you made me think about it, and it's gonna go nowhere.
Okay.
But
well, I mean,
do you remember,
that's fine. Our podcast isn't themed. It's just us.
Do you remember like back in the day? With like creepypastas, right?
Yeah. Well, that's the point of our podcast, to be like, you remember back in the day?
Yeah. There were a lot of like video game creepypastas. And there was one and Tom read. And it was just so hilarious, and I can't remember what it is. But, like,
was it about
after this,
a video game cartridge?
Probably they all were, weren't they?
Well, some of them.
It was a Pokemon one, I think.
Was it the black cartridge? And it's like, oh, it's me, I'm the user.
I don't know, but it had a lot of misspellings.
Who is that YouTuber that does that, though? He does the creepypastas. He did.
Mutahar used to.
No.
He used to do like haunted gaming. Oh, I don't know.
They like acted out. It's the guy who bought the Legend of Zelda thing and did the Been Drowned videos, and
oh my god,
Loey
yes.
Loey Lane is another good YouTuber.
We love her. We love Loey.
I'm just shouting out everyone in this podcast.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I watched that. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
And now I need to Google it because...
Okay, well, here's my phone. While you do that, I'm going to talk about the GameStop thing before I forget.
Okay, yes, go.
The CEO, I want to say, was paid $140 million to quit.
Of GameStop?
Yeah. to quit.
Me too. Can somebody pay me that much to quit?
I wish. Can someone pay me at all to quit? Like,
no, I mean, value yourself.
Sure, but no one is gonna pay me to quit.
No, value yourself.
Especially,
140 million or nothing.
Especially not.
Otherwise, you're just gonna stay there forever.
At the place that I work at,
no, I do not mean that. I do not want to stay anywhere forever. I want to be paid 140 million to quit my job. Thank you very much.
Anyways, I'm not gonna name the place that I work at, because I will be talking a lot of shit during the course of this podcast about that.
You walk in the danger zone. We talk about winning the lottery all the time at work and just quitting together.
Oh my god, I hate where I work so much. There's this guy.
I can't find apps on your phone, so this is what.
Are you Googling something?
Well, I'm pulling it up here because I have an idea, but I don't want to be wrong.
Okay. Well, anyways, this kid I work with. I say kid, and he's like 3 years older than me, but he acts like a child. Hopefully he never finds this. I don't care, really, because he clearly doesn't like me that much anyways.
Oh my god, I found the original of Ben Drowned.
Oh my god. We will be, like, we'll have to do something. And he'll be like, oh man, I hate doing this. And then he doesn't do it. He never does it. I do all the work. Anyways, this isn't me complaining about work hour. Did you find, is it Nexpo?
It's Nexpo.
Nexpo is he's this YouTuber and he plays out the video game creepypastas, and it's really interesting.
He does very thorough videos. Very good. Love Nexpo.
Very good.
Brings his buddies in. Very fun.
Yeah. Anyways,
GameStop.
Well, the GameStop CEO was
140 million.
Was paid 140 million to quit, and I hate it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I hate it so much. I want to do a shout out.
Shout out.
Right now.
Pew 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 pew.
I have this friend, an artist friend, who just graduated from an animation school. I'm not sure where it was she was going, but I think it was a pretty prestigious school. It might have been CalArts. I could be wrong.
I don't know what that is.
It's like where the guy who made Regular Show went to, Steven Universe went to.
Cool.
It's where all the prominent animators went to.
I know I read which one she went to, but I forgot already.
Anyways, I
don't know it was that one.
It probably wasn't, but it was a big school. Her and her friend graduated from there. And they did a short film. It's very short. It's 6 minutes. So you know you have the time. You, like us, probably sit around and watch TikTok videos for hours. So you can watch 6 minutes of this video. It's a...
Listen, I don't appreciate being called out like this.
It's called Heart of Gold. If you search it on YouTube, you'll probably find it. It's an animated short film, and there's no voice acting. It's strictly visual, and it's a powerful tale. And I won't spoil it, but it was very moving and a great film. My friend Amber Avari, aka Ambatty on Twitter, made the film with her friend Vicky, I have to look this up real quick. Anyway,
I did take time out of my day to watch it, and it was very, very good.
Yeah.
It's called Heart of Gold.
It's called Heart of Gold. I don't know her last name, but her Twitter is Vicky and Bunny. And Vicky is spelled with a Y, and Ambatty is Ambat. Ambattii. And they're both very talented people, so go check them out and watch Heart of Gold. Is very good. I think we should tell a story about something that happened to one of your relatives. What was this, like a few days ago?
No, it's been about a week now.
This is
last Saturday night, I believe.
This is a story. I love it. We'll call this story Aunt Carol Finds Jesus. Okay. I was told fourth hand. Mandy was told like third hand.
Well,
This
no, I
story.
was listening to her tell it.
Okay. Well, Mandy was told first hand. I was told like fourth hand, third hand,
Probably third hand.
third hand. I was thinking that Aunt Carol told your grandma and your grandma told you and then you told me. But
No, I heard most of it.
okay, then I was told
Third hand.
third hand, second hand.
Because I'm second hand.
Okay, you're second hand. Okay. Anyways, that's not the point. Mandy, take it away.
Okay.
You know more of the story.
So, my aunt,
She lives by
minding
herself.
her business, right? Just living her best life, vibing, whatever, watching TV
She lives
or something.
by herself out.
Yes, she lives by herself. Jesus, I'm trying to remember the whole story.
Jesus,
Okay.
indeed.
Jesus, indeed. Okay, so she's living by herself. She's getting ready for bed, whatever, vibing. It's nighttime. It's like around 11. I think she has her lights out, whatever, and she hears some noises. She hears like somebody like beating on something, right? And she doesn't, I mean, she's paying attention to it, but she doesn't like get out of bed or anything. Then she hears glass shatter. And so that at that point she calls the cops. And she's, she doesn't think it's at her house, but she thinks it's maybe like at her nearest neighbor's, whatever. So the cops come out. They kind of take a look around her yard, look around the areas they can get to, and they don't really find anything. So they leave, I think it's around 1. So she, goes back to bed, whatever, thinks it's all done. 4:30 comes around. She hasn't been able to sleep very well. 4:30 comes around, and she hears, like, mumbling, like somebody talking to themselves. And she's like, okay, this is not good. So she has a bat in her bedroom. Since she lives alone, gotta protect yourself. So she grabs the bat and goes to open the door to her bedroom. She starts walking down the hallway, and then a man turns the corner down the other end of the hallway. And she's like, what are you doing in my house?
She had a baseball bat.
Yeah, she has the bat. So she goes, I think he starts coming towards her or whatever. She hits him with the bat anyway. Long story short, she hits him with the bat. And he's still swearing
like,
up and
Jesus, you wouldn't do this to Jesus. And
he's still swearing up and down. Yeah, he's Jesus.
He calls her
You
a
wouldn't-
bitch, and she's like, Jesus wouldn't say that, and she keeps...
Ding ding. Ding ding. She tells him to get out of her house at that point. She says, after he calls her a bitch, whatever. Tells him to get out of her house. And he doesn't know how to leave. He doesn't know how to get out of here. He's like, so she said, get out the way you came in. And he said, through the window. So we figured out how he got in. We figured out the broken glass, that whole story. He broke a window, got into her house. So she shows him out the door. And so she calls the cops back. He doesn't get very far. The cops find him. That's all taken care of. But anyway, she looks around her house. She sees the window in a room is broken, and that's how he got in. And then she finds out later on, I think the next morning, his shoes and socks are in like a spare bedroom. So he was sleeping in the room like next to hers in her house. And she didn't know. And what bothers me more than anything is the cops didn't like check her whole house. They would have found the broken window at 1.
Yeah.
When they were there. They, maybe would have found him in the room or in the shed. He was in like 2 different places.
Yeah.
If they would have really looked around. But no. She had to beat him with a baseball bat first.
Yeah, she had to beat Jesus.
She beat Jesus.
My favorite part of the story was that you guys were telling me, and you were like, I'm Jesus, you wouldn't do this to Jesus. And him calling her a bitch, and she's like, Jesus wouldn't say that. And she smacks.
Jesus would not say that.
That was amazing.
It was a
lot. / horrifying.
That was a lot, yeah.
Where they found him, like, not that far down the road.
He was
at, like, a gas station? Or a Denny's?
He was at some
establishment.
Yeah. It wasn't like another house or anything. It was another like commercial.
But this was just a man going around saying he was Jesus. He was probably on like meth or something.
I'm sure there was something going on with him.
It's fucked up.
Yeah. I'm really irritated that they didn't find him the first time.
Yeah.
Because clearly he was there.
This is something that could only happen to your Aunt Carol.
I don't know.
I like to think this is the only the kind of phenomenon that would happen to her.
Maybe.
She has a wild life.
She does have a wild life.
Both of our family are full of people who have wild lives.
Yeah.
And just weird shit happens to all of them.
Yeah. That's fair.
I've heard some weird shit, but I've never heard of Jesus breaking into one of my relatives.
You know what? I'm just glad she's all good.
Yeah.
She's still, of course, a little shaken up.
The bat. It was like a weird circumstance because I guess she had the bat originally by her front door and then went, well, that's not a good place, and now she keeps it with her. And so it was just lucky that she had it with her, and that he wasn't armed.
Yeah, well, it didn't seem that way, yeah.
He was threatening. I would have beaten him with a baseball bat.
Yeah. I mean, he broke into her home.
Yeah. But that was fucking wild.
Yeah. That was a lot. I'm just glad she handled it well in the moment because...
really puts things in perspective. Really makes my week a little less harrowing.
Yeah. Yeah, I just hope she, is able to kind of go back to normal soon because that I can just imagine is so stressful.
Yeah.
That make it hard to sleep.
I'm Jesus.
Jesus.
You wouldn't do this to Jesus.
Jesus wouldn't break into my house, bud.
Fuck, dude. We got our first shot, our first vaccination shot. That was an adventure in itself because we tried to schedule it around both of our work schedules, and then all of a sudden I get a text from Mandy, and she's like, "Walmart might call you to confirm the appointment," as they're calling me, and I didn't even notice they were calling me until it was too late. Because I do a very physically demanding job and normally don't look down at my phone. I happened to catch it when they hung up, and I was like, I'll call them back to confirm it with them and everything. And then the lady, she's very nice. The lady that's talked to us on the phone and everything. The lady is like, is there any way you can come in earlier? I'm like, well, I'm in Dallas, and it's a ways away from where I work. So by the time I get home, the time you're telling me, it'll be too late. She's like, well, the shot will be bad at this time, so I might have to reschedule you. I'm like, I'll try to get there. So I had to ask my boss to let me off early. And I mean, I guess it wasn't that harrowing, but it was just crazy. They had, I guess, mixed up the batch early, and then realized.
I don't think they looked at their appointment times to see that I had scheduled ours out. After 5.
Yeah. Anyways, we had to rush to get there, and we got them at a neighborhood Walmart. Of all places, had the vaccines.
Yeah, I'd been watching, and I'm like, I want the shot, but I also didn't want to have to drive in traffic.
Yeah.
Who knows how far. The ones that were coming up were maybe 45 minutes without traffic, but
yeah,
anytime that we would go, it'd be right in the middle of rush hour. So I'm like, okay,
yeah,
this is becoming too much, and then you have to go to the same place again. So I'm like, okay, as soon as I see one that's in our area, I'm snatching it up. And that's exactly what I did. I got our appointment set up, my mom's appointment set up. So we've all been stabbed once.
We have all been stabbed once.
Scheduled to be stabbed a second time.
Scheduled next month to get our second stabbing. You told me, in Canada, people who got their first shots, had gotten their first shot last week, have to wait till August.
Yeah, July or August, something like that.
To get their second shot. That's a long time.
That is a pretty far spread, and I didn't realize like that was an option. Like you could wait that far out, but I guess
it is. But I guess the thing is, when you get your first shot, it's this much effective, and then when you get the second shot, okay, you're good. It's this much effective now.
Yeah, I didn't realize the Moderna shot was like 80% the first shot, but I guess that's what your mom said.
Yeah, that's what she said, and I feel like she's reading up on it a lot because people in my family are very at risk, and she's trying to be safe and all that.
Not to mention, yeah, she works a job.
Yeah.
Where she has to be careful.
With children. She's a teacher. She's a para teacher. So she has to be extra careful. And apparently teachers aren't at the front of the line for this. I don't understand.
I think it was like seniors and like super high risk people first. This is but
then it was also first responders. But you would think the teachers who are with our children, not me and you, we don't have kids, but
that was like
the teachers.
You have some secret child?
No, people in my family do. People who are with our children, teaching our kids, are not considered first responders or considered to be important enough to get this shots first.
Yeah, and when I was trying to schedule shots, I think there was a point where they were asking if you were a teacher. Yeah. So I don't know. Here in Texas, they might have done some group.
I feel like maybe they were like third or something. I don't know.
But
I'm just shocked that we were able to get it already.
Where your mom is, they seem to roll it out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So maybe they just didn't need to.
I guess.
Because she got it like way earlier than we did.
She got it finally, and I think she's gotten her second shot already.
She did, yeah.
My nan, she got her second shot. I think she's outside
of the 2-week window too.
Yeah.
Like they really pushed it. They did good.
She lives in an area that was at the beginning of this a huge hotspot, and now it's way more under control than the rest of the country. Like they are pretty much back to normal there.
Yeah, they had to learn real quick.
And like
after
she's in the South, and it's just infuriating to her to hear on the news them be like, New York is gonna be an example of opening back up, and she's like, "What do you mean, an example? We're already ahead of you. Stop acting like you're better." Anyways, I'm not gonna get political or locationist.
Locationist?
I'm not gonna get into it about that kind of thing, but it's just arrogant.
Yeah.
To get on the news and be like, we're better than you.
When they have really good rates and all that.
Yeah.
There. Yeah.
And I'm jealous of her state. I won't say what it is. I'm jealous that they're able to be better at this than us.
I'm just impressed they rolled out the
I'm
shots
glad
so
that
fast.
they're better than us because most of my family lives there, and people are getting closer to being in front of this.
Mm-hmm. And I'll just be happy once we get to the point where whoever's gonna get a shot has gotten the shot.
Yeah. Because you know there are gonna be stupid people.
There's gonna be people who aren't gonna get the shot, which
I don't understand what y'all think.
Some people, it's just because it's so new.
I guess.
Right? They don't want to risk.
But I'm going to go back to there are people who are drinking Monster Energy drink and not questioning what you're drinking.
Oh, yeah.
But you're questioning this shot.
Yeah.
Anyways,
there are definitely people.
I'm not going to take up too much time talking about something that we all want to forget about. But it's just crazy. It's crazy.
It is crazy.
I saw the Mortal Kombat movie on Friday night.
Yee.
It was
I watched
awesome.
a half an hour of it, and I was promptly asleep by 7:30.
Yeah, to be fair, we had both had long days, but I was just like, I have to watch this. I'm such a big fan of fighting games, and Mortal Kombat is one of my favorites. And the Mortal Kombat series, the Tekken series, the Street Fighter series, except more games in the Mortal Kombat series and the Tekken series are my favorites. Anyways, that's not the point. The Mortal Kombat movie was amazing. I loved it. Of course it's not perfect. Of course it's not a perfect movie. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm just going to say it. To me, it was like watching a horror action movie in the same vein as like Terminator and Predator. Like, it's hard to describe, but and Sub-Zero really stepped into the role of like horror action villain. He really commanded the screen. He was really good. Whoever played Sub-Zero was amazing, and everyone was really amazing in their roles and stuff. And everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but I don't understand what people who are bashing the movie were expecting. It's Mortal Kombat.
I mean, honestly, I compare any of these fighting game movies to Street Fighter the movie, and if they did a better job than that, good for them.
And that's one of my favorite movies, but I understand that it's bad.
Right. I mean, I feel like you can appreciate a movie that's like
I feel like
bad if it's funny.
And maybe this is horrible to say, but I feel like that was Raul Julia's best role.
I think that's it's an opinion.
I think it's fair.
Is it fair?
He was the only one who came to that set and took it seriously. And he was dying.
He was dying.
When he made...
Yeah.
He died before the movie was over, I think.
Which is sad.
But this man had stomach cancer. Showed up every day to that set, giving 100%. And like doing intensive stunts and everything, knowing that he would go to his trailer, do some chemo, and then go out onto that set and act and do everything that he did. And
which is really impressive.
Yeah,
chemo wipes it out of you.
When you think about it, like, yes, I will say that's his best role. Like, he gave it 1,000% when others on the set barely showed up to work because of drugs.
Yeah.
He made that movie. If it wasn't for him, then yeah, Street Fighter the movie would be garbage. Okay. If it wasn't for Raul Julia.
Yeah.
He really made that movie.
But like...
He was great as M. Bison. He wasn't like M. Bison.
No, but...
Because it was a campy movie, and that's the point of the movie.
I mean, that's fine, but like...
And then when you learn the backstory of Street Fighter the movie, that like the guy who made it was a huge fan, but Capcom kept stonewalling him every time he was like, I want to do this. And then they were like...
Isn't that usually the way?
Yeah, and then they were like, okay, it has to be done by this time. And he's like, that's not enough time. And they're like, well, this is what we told everybody. And it's like, fucking, you don't know how movies are made. Why are you telling this man?
Why are you making promises?
Yeah, why are you telling this man he has to make this movie by this time, and you have an actor who is dying?
Okay, name me some other roles that he's done.
He was Gomez in the Addams Family.
And you're going to tell me...
He was fantastic as
Street
Gomez,
Fighter
but
the movie leaves more of a legacy for him.
Help me out here, everyone.
Than the Addams Family.
When you think Street Fighter, Raul Julia has to be one of the first things you think about, as his role as Bison, a psychotic dictator who was not self-aware at all, and went, my money will be don't make fun of this. Let me have this.
All right, my dudes, help me out here.
Let me have this.
Please inform my dearest Dustin that the Addams Family made more of a cultural impression than Street Fighter the movie.
Street Fighter the movie. Okay, listen, we we will agree to disagree.
That's fair.
We live in different circles of the world.
Different circles of
Yeah.
the world.
Different circles.
The world is very small.
It is small.
It's small.
Small world.
Small baby world.
Small baby world does not even know his ABCs. Shout out to
Little baby
Ethan at Crank Gameplays.
That's the one.
That's his
Yep.
YouTube channel. Because Markiplier was just like Crank Games.
Yep, that's not it.
It's Crank Gameplays.
Yep.
He's very hilarious, and I'm happy to see him, like, I'm talking like I know him. I'm happy to see him grow as a YouTuber, and he's such a good boy.
He is. I will give him this because I feel like this happens too much. He is a grown man. He will fight you.
He's such a good boy.
No, he is a grown man and he will fight you. Thank you.
Anyways, God, who else can we plug?
Literally people who don't need our help.
And none of these people need our help. But, you know, maybe one day we'll blow up and be big, and they'll look back at this and be like, thank you.
Just hello. Yes, everyone we've spoken about. We will send you our first podcast where we discussed how great you are. And then maybe you can come hang out. Thank you. Goodbye.
I want to give a shout out to my friends, Brad and Lisa Gullickson.
Okay. Yeah.
They have a podcast. I know it's probably not normal for podcasts to shout out other podcasts.
I think it absolutely is.
Okay, well,
Go off.
They have a podcast, and it's fantastic. It's called Comic Book Couples Counseling. Let me make sure I didn't sound confident. Yes, it was Comic Book Couples Counseling. Mm-hmm. And basically they talk about like relationships in comics, but they also talk in depth about the comic series and stuff. But they pick relationships as like a jumping point. Like they talked about Usagi's relationship, but they really dove deep into the story of Usagi Yojimbo, which is, if you don't know, what you don't know is a lot. Petermon, love you. It's a samurai rabbit.
I was about to say, isn't that about a rabbit?
Yeah, he's a samurai rabbit by Steve Sakai. Sakai. I'm terrible at pronouncing names.
Sounds right to me. I don't know it.
Anyways, what's funny and cool to me is he's really good friends with Eastman and Laird. Mm-hmm. Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird, who did Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and they've had several crossovers. And they're fantastic.
I am aware of that part. I don't know anything about the Bunny comics.
It's very good. I recommend it. Not that it needs my help, but speaking of things that don't need my help, Kevin Smith, very successful man, doesn't need my help. I have been listening to his podcasts on that kevinsmithclub.com. All of them are amazing. I'm finding out a lot of backstories to things that I didn't know. I love Kevin Smith movies. That is all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Did you have something you wanted to? YouTubers that you like a lot, podcasts that you like a lot.
Hello. Yes. Let me let me give my shout outs. Let's see. Let's start with YouTubers.
Shout out to his family.
Shout out to his family. I mean, you know I love Loey.
Yes.
You know I love Sarah
Loey
Ray.
Lane.
Sarah Ray Vargas.
Sarah Ray Vargas is a fantastic YouTuber.
See, I'm into a lot of like fashion-y people. Or like just...
Well, that's okay. Maybe someone listening to this is looking for a recommendation.
Yeah, I mean, but then I wear leggings and baggy shirts every day. I buy clothes that look nice, then I don't ever wear them.
That's not the point of watching them. You watch them because they're entertaining and
they are very entertaining. But then I also go out and go, man, I really love that, and then I buy it, and then I don't. I mean, I wear them eventually
sometimes.
But most days I'm in a big old t-shirt, And some leggings, because I'm realistic.
Well, so is Sarah Ray Vargas.
That is true.
She recommends high fashion stuff, and then she also wears the same stuff that you do.
That is true. Also, if you are, like, plus size at all, looking for some good jeans, Fashion to Figure, holy shit. I found jeans that, like, I can wear, like, all day. They're very comfortable. I think that's important. Thank you. Who else do I watch?
You watch, who's that blonde lady that you were just watching that had a haul? Oh, you watch, Beatrice Caruso.
Oh my god, Beatrice Caruso.
She's hilarious.
Oh my god, I love her so much.
I want to say...
She just moved into a house. Congratulations.
Yeah, I want to say I love her content. I know her as that Patrick Star lady.
Oh my god.
Because
her Halloween costume.
The first video I ever watched, Mandy had been watching her at this point, and she puts her on. Because what we like to do at night is watch YouTube on our big TV.
Yes.
And I say big, it's probably not as big as most people's TVs. But anyways, we watch YouTube videos and wind down and everything. She puts on this lady, Beatrice Caruso. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very hilarious, talented lady. But I didn't know that at the time. I'm looking up and I'm like, what the fuck are you watching? She's making her own Patrick Star costume. And not only that, you know the scene in the SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
I love that you can reference where this comes from, because I literally have no idea.
Everyone has seen... What you don't know, you don't know. It's a lot.
If you don't know what you don't know is a lot.
Listen.
SpongeBob
SquarePants the movie. Fantastic movie. Shout out to his family.
I don't... The only thing I remember from the movie is the... No, is that from the movie?
What?
Oh, no.
Goofy Goober's from the movie.
Okay, no.
Dee Snider did a version of Goofy Goober.
No, I'm thinking about the marching band moment.
No, that's from the show. God, you're such a fake fan of SpongeBob.
Yeah, I don't think I've
been with him since the beginning. Shout out to his family. Okay. Anyways, SpongeBob. That was actually a bonding moment between me and this kid I went to elementary school with. And I ended up being the only one who went to his birthday party. But we had a fantastic time. We got some froyos. And we sang along to SpongeBob
fuck them
songs.
Kids.
Yeah, fuck them kids. We sang along to SpongeBob songs. And we played on the Dreamcast. And it was a fun time. A fun time was had by both. Anyways.
Hell yeah. And I'm sure he was happier because you came.
He was happy. We had a good time. SpongeBob SquarePants the movie. There's a scene where Patrick is trying to, I think, catch a ride for him and SpongeBob. And so he does this, like, sort of weird dance on the road. And he has, like, fishnets and high heels. That's the Patrick Star costume she was trying to make.
No, I've seen like the gifs of it, but I just never saw the movie.
And so she's making this costume while also making dinner. And it was just one of the most entertaining videos I'd ever seen.
She's so funny.
And I was like, I am not like about what she's making content of, but I want to watch it because she's entertaining. So it doesn't matter if they're fashionistas and all that stuff.
I was like, I watch a lot of like health and like fitness YouTubers.
Yeah. What matters is the content that they're giving out.
But anyway, yeah. And on top of that, Snitchery,
fantastic. Doesn't need our help, but we love her.
Her latest series in like kind of like looking at, I don't know, she's basically talking some trash. Love it. The latest one was about this show that was on in like the mid 2000s. Very good. Would recommend watching. I didn't remember it. I guess there was like a Fox reality channel.
Was there?
Yeah. I don't think we ever had it.
A Fox reality show? What was it?
No, reality channel. There was
a reality channel.
A channel of reality shows in the mid 2000s.
I don't remember that. All I remember is
had
Fox
the regular
Kids. Fox Kids was where you watched Fox Kids. It's where everyone watched X-Men and Spider-Man.
Yeah, but that was like on the regular Fox channel.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
They just had, it was like in the mornings on the weekends or the after school hours.
Speaking of, another shout out, Channel Awesome with the Nostalgia Critic. He talks about a lot of that stuff, like the old cartoons and stuff, and he calls himself the nostalgia critic because he's like, does it really hold up, or are we just being nostalgic towards it? And usually we're being nostalgic towards it, but he is too, so he doesn't really shred it that much.
I was about to say, it doesn't matter. I do not care. I will be nostalgic towards anything I want. Thank you.
But one of my favorite things that he's doing now, or he probably has been doing for a while, I just now discovered it, is because sometimes YouTube stops recommending you stuff.
It's so irritating.
And so you're just like, whatever happened to them? And then you go and you find them and you're like, oh, they've been making content forever.
And my dumbass doesn't, like, I will, like, it's almost like dating. I will date a channel for, like, months before I actually hit subscribe. Because, like, that's a big commitment. I'm asking that content to be in my subscription box, like, however often they post. And I'm like, am I ready for this? So, literally, I will sit there and physically go to the channel, right? And pull up their videos. But I will not make life easier on myself and just subscribe. So if there's someone I really liked and maybe they took a little hiatus, maybe they needed some time off, whatever, and they don't post content, I kind of forget until, for whatever reason, the YouTube algorithm, right, starts recommending me their content again. I'm like, oh, I forgot about you.
I am a subscribe slut. I subscribe to everything easily, and so it infuriates me when you sit there and watch several videos of a channel and then don't subscribe, and then I'm like, why don't you subscribe? And you're like, maybe I should do that. I'm like, just fucking subscribe to the channel.
No. I will do that on my terms. Thank you very much.
What else did we do this week? Did we watch anything else? Did we play anything else?
I don't know when I did this, but I revisited Cinderella Story.
Oh
Still
my
love
God.
it. Still love it.
It's so hard to watch that because the actress playing the stepmother I love so much, but she was such a horrible person that I was like, I want to hate you, but I can't because I know you're hilarious.
She's so funny.
she's the woman.
Legally Blonde.
Yeah,
right?
Legally Blonde. She's the one in love with the mailman.
The UPS
the
guy.
UPS
God.
guy. They're male people.
Yeah, but he was the UPS
and
guy.
His gender is male, so it works.
But he's the UPS guy. Come on.
He's the UPS guy. Anyways, she has that accent. I don't even know if that's her real accent. She always tries to have that accent in everything she does. She's also in Two Broke Girls with that accent.
But she has a different accent in Two Broke Girls. It's still her voice, but she has an accent.
Does she keep that accent for Cinderella's story or no?
No, that's just her voice.
What's the one that I thought it was? Cinderella Man. Is that what it's called?
What?
I was like, where is this a boxing movie? And you were
God.
You were like,
Yeah,
that's Cinderella Man. Everyone stop having such similar titles to your movies.
Very different movie.
It's like in The Office when Pam is like, I rented 28 Days Later and kept waiting for Sandra Bullock to show up.
Okay, so clear this up for me.
Okay.
Is there a movie called like 28 Days?
There must be. I'm searching Sandra Bullock.
Okay.
Couldn't be asked to search that lady's name. Searching Sandra Bullock.
Gosh, I wish I remembered her name, but she's funny.
Well,
we like her.
I'll look it up after I clear this up.
Jennifer Coolidge?
Is that a name?
I want to say that's her name.
God, Sandra Bullock was in a lot of things.
Yeah, I don't know why you went for Sandra Bullock and not just 28 Days and see if that's a movie.
Sandra Bullock. 28. Yeah, 28 Days is a movie.
Okay, see, can I tell you what I thought? I thought there was it was like that was the
movie?
first movie, right, in a series, and then 28 Days Later was a sequel, but I thought they were all horror movies.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Well, 28 Days Later is a horror movie.
I know, I just thought they were all horror movies.
You just thought 28 Days was a horror movie?
The first one. Yeah.
Well, Pam thought the opposite.
Yeah, no. She should have opted my route and went, this is a horror movie.
Oh my god. What?
Look it up and see if her name is Jennifer Coolidge, because I
Okay.
think that's her name.
Jennifer Coolidge. The Google podcast. Yeah, Jennifer Coolidge.
Okay, that's what I thought. Look at my memory.
Look at your memories.
It's present sometimes.
Memories all alone in the moonlight.
You looking to audition for Cats or what?
No, I'm self-aware. I can't sing. I just will.
Okay.
I will sing. I
I
can't
thought you were
sing.
like, I will myself to sing.
No, I just will. I just will sing. Gosh, I feel like something else happened, and I'm just...
I put on P.S. I Love You again.
Ugh.
See, I will watch the same things over and over
Listen,
because anxiety problems, am I right?
I'm not saying this because, rom-com, I'm a man. I don't care. I fucking watch rom-coms all the time. I watch all of these movies with her all the time. I love them. I hate sad endings so much. And this one, she goes, let me put on the saddest fucking movie. Her husband died. It's sad. I know she came to terms with it.
Mm-hmm.
She did her shoes and all that.
It's about the process of grief.
But it's fucking sad, man.
Yeah.
I don't watch...
Sometimes you need to feel things.
You know what? I had enough of that this week when we were watching shows that hurt me. We were watching Hell's Kitchen. We were catching up, and then they had that episode, and Gordon's like, I'm here to critique your menu. And then he flew in these people's families.
I love the family episode. It's so sweet.
And then Declan, he's like, I've been told that your parents are on vacation. Mary Lou and Corey, their families are here. And Declan's like, oh... And he's all sad and stuff. And Declan does that talking heads moment. And he's talking about how he hasn't seen his parents in 2 years. He's like, it would be great to see them. And then they walk through the door and like, Gordon.
I'm like, I knew you were a miracle worker.
I'm like tearing up right now thinking about it. Like, it's so sad. It's just, he didn't see him for 2 years.
I know. It's
And
wonderful.
then Gordon, fairy godmother Gordon, brought in his parents. Like, here they are. Shut up. Anyways, then we watched the show. I know people who are like hyper political hate on this show, but like I still like the show for what it is. It's still funny sitcom and has a lot of heart. Last Man Standing. We watch it a lot. It's ending. So the past few,
They're out to get you in the fields.
yeah, the past few episodes, and it's a self-aware show. And towards the end of every episode, Mike will do these like vlogs or whatever. And in one, he's like, you may be sad because you're saying goodbye and all this stuff, or you may be sad because your favorite show is ending. I'm like, don't you fucking do this to me, Tim. I don't know how much.
I literally think I just did it because I just moved my hand.
Well, hopefully they heard me say I will cry at Tim Allen. Anyways, I'm an emotional person and I cry a lot at shows and movies and stuff, but I don't want to.
He's a big baby. Just kidding. I like bawl like a little baby.
I mean-
but that's why I can give him shit. Thank you very much.
It just reminds me of when Boy Meets World ended, and I go back and I rewatch Boy Meets World.
Controversial opinion. I never finished it. I'm so sorry.
It's so fucking... Ooh, it gets you right in the feels, and Feeny, and...
Feeny!
Oh my god, and I don't know if you saw Corey and Topanga's wedding, but I cried. I cried like a little bitch.
I want to say I did.
It's just like Sean's
It's been a long time. Since
Sean's being like a little bitch because he's not ready to let his best friend go, and Corey and Topanga are having their wedding and everything, and Sean's being emotional and he's being a child about it, but because he's having all these emotional feels about it, and then Corey goes, "You trailer trash," and then like it's just this whole moment where it's like Sean knows he doesn't mean it and Corey knows he doesn't mean it, and then they hug and talk it out, and I'm crying.
Can we talk about boys are weird, my dudes? Just like,
you know, we're just aggressive beings.
I know, that's what I was gonna say. Like, actually talk about what you're feeling instead of like, oh, I hate you so much, and then like hugging it out afterwards. I don't know. I don't get it.
We can't. It's how we're raised. We're raised by this is the society.
We live in a society.
Anyways, I always go back and I rewatch Boy Meets World, and I always cry every time I get emotional.
Anyway, see, what he doesn't realize is you need those moments. You need those cries.
Sure, you need those moments, but I don't want it as often as you do.
Yeah, well, it's good to let it out.
Anyway.
See, I'm trying to teach him how to not be a part of a society where you just let you get it out.
You know,
sooner.
Should someday we have a son, I won't teach him to be like that, and I'll teach him to be better than me, and that's the point. To be better than me.
You could learn now.
Listen. I have a gripe with you involving this.
Does it involve Remember Me?
Yes, it involves. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
The jury?
The jury.
We going to court?
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Fuck.
This woman sits me down. She goes, "Listen, I know..." First of all, I have another gripe with you, and it involves our pets.
You remember at the beginning, guys, do you remember at the beginning of this podcast where I was like, what is this laundry list?
Here it goes.
Remember when he said no?
Here it goes. Here's the laundry list. Robert Pattinson, you go, he wasn't just in Twilight. Here's a movie he was in. It's called Remember Me.
And it's a very good movie.
And I'm watching it.
Pierce Brosnan is in it.
I'm watching it. Pierce Brosnan is a son of a bitch in it. I'm watching this movie.
He grows.
And it's Robert Pattinson, and he's going through a rough time. And he's growing, and he's learning as a person, and he patches things up with his family, and he finds this woman that he loves, and he gets a new job, and he...
Also, spoilers for like a 10 or 15-year-old movie. Okay.
Listen. And he goes and he gets a job, and then he's in his office and everything, and it's such a shoehorned in ending. That's why I hate it so much. It's so shoehorned in, it had nothing to do with the plot.
Okay, he says that, but it got him.
Nothing to do with it. It got me angry. It's what it got me. Nothing to do with the plot. He's like, "What? Welcome." They're like, "Welcome to your new job. It's September 11th." And his new job is at the World Trade Center, and that's how the fucking movie ends. Speaking of Robert Pattinson movies and their stupid endings. This one makes me watch one of the Twilights. I don't know which one it was.
It was probably the last one. The one you hated?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the last one.
The last Twilight movie. She puts it on because I like to watch shitty movies and dunk on them.
Listen, okay, hear me out. I had watched all of the other ones. Okay,
it's a shitty movie with a CGI baby.
I had forgotten that I had watched the last one.
Why is the baby CGI?
Let me finish. I had forgotten that I watched the last one because I didn't remember what happened. Well, I knew what happened in the books, but I didn't remember how it played out in the movies. So I was like, okay, let me watch this one. Actually, I went, let me watch all the movies again. Because it's been years. And so I watched the last one, and then I remembered.
Anyways, this fucking movie, Bella has her baby, and the child is growing and everything. They keep this child CGI from baby to kid, and like there's no reason for it. There's no reason for the CGI. It's this freaky looking kid. We won't talk about how fucking creepy it is that the werewolf is in love with a child.
I think we can talk about it. It's weird.
It's fucking weird and creepy. I was trying to give you some saving grace for this movie. Anyways,
I did not write or create the movie, so I really don't care. We can discuss. It's weird.
anyways, you made me watch this movie.
That was not the solution that we needed. We needed Jacob to like just get over it.
Just get over it and learn that you don't have to be in a relationship.
You don't have to it did not need to be rationalized. This is why I was obsessed with Bella. I was meant to imprint on her baby. Got it.
Disgusting. Anyways.
Then I have a question. Hold on.
Okay.
Her baby, right?
Uh-huh.
Is half her. I mean, theoretically. It's not
vampire, half
it's not legit like half and half, but half her, half Edward. Why wasn't he like obsessed with Edward? Other than beating the shit out of him.
Obsessed with the pre-baby and Edward's balls.
That's right.
That's the movie we need.
I'm just saying.
Anyways, so stupid. I think it had something to do because Kevin Smith talked about it too.
Why is Kevin Smith talking about Twilight?
I don't remember why, but
Acid Reflux Gang.
He was talking about it with Jason Mewes for some reason.
I think Jason Mewes watched Twilight.
And then he said something about how it had something to do with saving Bella from getting killed by having a vampire baby or something. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It was fucking weird.
Yeah, because that's not supposed to be a thing. There's like vampire laws against it.
I hate this fucking series. I hate this series so much. Anyways, how fitting.
I'm sorry you weren't a teenage girl.
How fitting. Well, you know who else hated the movie? Robert Pattinson.
I love that.
Anyways, how fitting that this fucking movie ends with this epic fucking fight, okay? The only thing that could kind of maybe save the fucking movie. An epic fight happens. And it all turns out to be a vision of this fucking vampire girl and her showing the guy like, hey, you won't win this fight. It's just a vision. But you won't win it.
Listen. Put some respect on her name. Her name is Alice. It's
and
not
I hate that
vampire
I know
girl.
That it's Alice. I hate that I know it's Alice. We watched this maybe a year ago and I'm still angry that you made me watch this movie. We watched Remember Me 6 years ago.
Yeah, I don't even know if we were
in Minnesota still when we watched this movie. But that's...
And he still won't let me he won't let it go.
No. I'll never let it go because that
never
ending
let you go.
That ending was so shoehorned in.
I know, but it got you.
It got me angry.
It got you angry, but it got you.
I'm so mad. I'm so mad about that ending.
Never let you go. Well,
I think that's enough for our first episode.
I think so too.
I hope you all enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll have more shout outs next time.
I'm sure
which will lead us down rabbit holes of memories.
Definitely watch Justin Wayne though. He deserves more love.
There's we're trying to solve a King of the Hill mystery right now on
God. There's
Justin Wayne
mystery song, and I think he's right that it's 2 songs.
It sounds very much like 2 songs.
The first half sounded like what you were playing, but the second half did not sound like what you were playing. So it has to be 2 different songs.
Yeah, there was some
especially
talk of
since it was 2 different venues that.
It was I don't know how it broke up in the episode. I need to find the episode.
The first half was at the dance that Bobby was supposed to go to, and
Bobby Hill.
The second half was at some secret party.
Okay.
So I don't know why everyone thinks it would be the same song.
I don't know. I think he hit the nail on the head because I'm listening to the weird tempo change and I'm that doesn't sound like the same song. He
solved a weird mystery that caught my imagination. It's a video called The Tape World Monster. Watch that one and then watch the one after because the mystery got solved not long after, a week.
If even, I think
maybe
it was
a couple of days or something. But I think he uploaded it a week later or something.
Yeah, I think so too.
But anyways,
Check him out.
Yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this.
If I'm ever so motivated, I will link everything we shouted out in the little wherever
it is. I'm planning on putting this on YouTube, and that'll be probably where we can link everything.
Well, I mean, if we do it like Apple Podcasts, you can link it there too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Well then.
There'll be a box where links will be.
Links will happen. Probably my own links as well, because I am a webcomic artist and I make the webcomics.
I mean, I got nothing to plug, but I probably a stream soon.
Yeah. We both are streamers.
Very recreational on my end. But I probably more often.
Yeah. That's the plan anyway.
Yep.
But I hope you guys enjoyed it. On Twitter, I am at Mr. Coin Laundry, and on Twitter, she is
at yours truly. Nope. I am not. That's my name, but it's not. It's Truly Mandalee.
Truly Mandalee at Truly Mandalee. Truly MANDALEIGH.
Good job.
Thank you.
I think at the beginning I said my
Yeah, we said our things at the beginning, but
nope, I said my at wrong at the beginning, so ignore the beginning at. That's not Twitter doesn't let you go that long.
Yeah, well.
On Twitch though, I am yours truly, Mandalee.
Yeah. But thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you. It was fun, and you'll see us again. Well, you'll hear us again.
You'll hear us again. Also, the @ for this podcast, if you're listening to it on like YouTube or whatever, is If You Know Cast.
If You Know Cast.
Because I tried If You Know Pod, and that was taken. So If You Know Cast.
Anyway.
Thank you guys.
Talk to you guys next week, I hope.
Yeah, next week we're
trying.
Yeah, we're very much both of us have ADHD, so it's hard to motivate ourselves. But once we get it started, we have a fantastic time, so we'll remember that next time.
You will remember it?
I will. Everybody will remember this.
Fuck.
This is a telltale game. Anyways.
All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
This is like saying goodbye to my actual family. Okay, so, but really, bye.
This is what we call a Minnesota goodbye, which shout out the Minnesota Goodbye podcast. Thank you.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.